Right, this is me removing my female who's just laid a clutch of 5 eggs this morning. So I'm removing her from the eggs. As you can see, there's 4 in a cluster and 1 on its own that's rolled away. Can't see any more eggs inside her. She looks fairly hollow underneath. So I'll just move her into a clean tub before I clean her up. Okay, and then I will move the eggs into the incubator box. Okay. Right, I've taken the female off her eggs successfully, put her in a separate clean tub prior to cleaning her up. And hopefully she'll start feeding again once she's been cleaned up. So this is the incubator box that I use. It's a WAM, I think it's about a 9 litre shoebox they're called, especially in the States. Vermiculite on the bottom with egg crate or pond crate as it is to support the eggs so they're away from the damp substrate. The temperature inside is about, for me it was about 92 I think. May turn that down a little bit when they've gone in. So now I just need to mark the eggs, so I'll just pause for a second for that. So this is the clutch of eggs, egg number 5 I think here, that rolled away this morning. It should be fine. So these all look fertile, so I may candle one of these in a second when I've marked them. Marking the tops of the eggs so that you don't move the position when you put them into the incubator, because unlike birds' eggs they shouldn't be turned. So you need to keep them in the same orientation as they were laid if possible. So I'll just put a small mark on this. Got this idea from Cabinet Balls to You, who I got 6 of my animals from. So this is the egg that rolled away, so I can candle that separately because it would be difficult to candle these because they're all stuck together as you can see, and you shouldn't try and separate them because it can tear the shells. Okay, so I'll go and get a light to candle them and see if we've got fertile eggs. Right, so to candle the eggs you get a bright light as in this LED torch, hold it against the eggs, and if they're fertile as this one is, you should be able to, you may just be able to see they look an orangey pink colour inside if they're fertile, and you can see veins inside. There you can see there plenty of veins. There'll be an embryo somewhere inside there stuck to the inside of the skin of the shell. But you can, as you can see there's plenty of veins, which shows that it's a fertile egg. So that is a good sign. So because this one's separate, I'm going to lay it in the incubator now, just more or less the same way up as it was laid, like that. That should be okay. These I think are all stuck together, but you can sort of candle them stuck together like that, so you can see again that's a fertile egg. You can just see the veins there, so there'll be an that's fertile. These all look fertile because they're good sized eggs, they're not shriveled and they're not slugs, which are infertile eggs. There's another fertile one with all the veins, again fertile with the veins, and another fertile one. I think that you may be able to see a darker mark there, if you can see it. I think that might be the beginning of the embryo where all the veins come together. Okay, so these are all looking good so far, they're all fertile, nicely filled eggs. So for these you just lift them out in one go like this, taking the substrate off if I can. If any substrate like the paper towel or bark chips, if you're using that, sticks to the eggs, just take the whole thing out and don't try and peel it off because you could tear the shells. Just place these in as you find them with the marks upwards as in the way they were laid, as I said. Okay, put them on top of the egg crate so that there's the humidity from the substrate, the vermiculite in this case, but they're not sat in water, because if they're sat in water they can absorb water too much and the embryos can actually drown. Okay, so that's how they were laid, and that's the one that rolled away, but it's in the correct orientation. So now, just to stop them rolling about if they get moved when you're checking them, I'll just put some cotton buds in to secure the eggs in place. These are fairly sterile, so it's just a case of putting them into the substrate like that, just to stop the eggs rolling about too much. Okay. You don't really need to do this, but it just gives you a bit more certainty. Okay. As I say, these 4 eggs are stuck together anyway, so they won't roll about too much, but that one may do. So I'll just put one in there, and one in there. That side, that should be enough for that one. Just a bit of an insurance policy. Because of the humidity, if these go mouldy at all, you can always replace them. And if any of the eggs as they're developing, because of the humidity, gets to about, should be about more or less 99 to 100% in here when the lid's on, the eggs can start looking mouldy, but if they're fertile, they should develop okay, even if they go mouldy or blacken. Okay. So that is how you set up the egg box. And it goes into the incubator. As I said, it's set at about 91 degrees. So the ideal temperature range is between 89 to about 91, 92. So put the lid on. I'll put a layer of greaseproof paper between the lid and the tub in a moment, so that any condensation that comes onto the lid, you don't want it dripping onto the eggs and dampening them. You want it to ideally run to the edges and run down the sides onto the substrate. But I'll seal those in there for now. So hopefully in about 57 to 60 days we should get some youngsters hatching. Okay, and that's the process. So thank you for watching. Hope you found this interesting. Thanks folks. Bye now.